Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 2018 Oscar-winning film, Green Book, starring Viggo Mortensen, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name of the other guy. I know his last name is Ali, but I'm not going to pronounce. I can't even pronounce the guy's first name, so I'm not going to try, for fear that I might mess up the poor guy's name. Of course, this film is another. It's 29 years after Driving Miss Daisy. It's another Driving Miss Daisy movie. That's exactly what it is. Driving Miss Daisy should not have won the Oscar in 1989, or for the movie in 1989, and this movie won the Oscar for Best Picture, and I think it beat out La La Land for the controversial year that Green Book won instead of La La Land. I think that was the issue. And this movie is exactly like Driving Miss Daisy, with of course a few variations. Because this movie stars over Viggo Mortensen playing an Italian thug, exactly what he is, named Tony the Lip, who was a bouncer at the famous bar / restaurant or nightclub, the Copacabana. You know, kind of like the song Barry Manilow at the Copa. He was a bouncer there, and this other mobster got the Copa the Copacabana shut down because they lost his hair. I am not joking. So they had the place shut down for a few months. So Tony the Lip didn't have a job, so he was offered through friends of his who was connected with the music business or something, got him a job being a driver, or a personal driver for this doctor. And he said, oh, it's only going to be like maybe 15 weeks, about 3 months, or so, and you're going to make maybe like over $1,000 a week driving this doctor around. And so Tony Lip, at first he was reluctant to do it, and then he thought it over and said, okay, take the job. Figure, okay, it's a doctor, maybe it's an elderly doctor, driving him around and stuff. Maybe he can't get around so well, and driving him around. Well, it happened to be he was not a medical doctor, first of all. Second of all, he was a black guy. Third of all, he was a musician, a classically trained piano player. And he was and the thing was named after him, and his name is Dr. Shirley, or the Shirley Trio. And he was going on a tour with the two other guys, and the two other guys was in his trio, they were white, and he was the only one who was black. So they were going to have a tour down south for these rich white guys, for this the white rich society down in the south. And naturally, of course, he needs somebody who's a big, tough guy to help him, because they're going to go into areas in the south where blacks are not exactly, popular, because I have to mention that this movie takes place in 1962. So of course, the racial tensions were way up here, and so he needs help, getting around. So what is going on is he needs this guy to drive him. So he drives him around, and they develop this friendship that lasts pretty much the rest of their lives. And it's only like for one 12-week period. That's it. He didn't drive him around for years. Like Driving Miss Daisy, when they had like a 30-year friendship. This was only like one 12-week period when he drives him around down south, and after that 12-week period, he never drove him around. He never drove the doctor around. Dr. Shirley was his last name, and I know you can make all kinds of jokes about having a female last name, but regardless, he was driving him around for just this 12-week period. That's it. But they keep friends after that, and every time he needs him a favor, he does him a favor, and vice versa, and over the years after that. But he never drove him around again in the South. But of course, during the course of the time in the South, they found out what the racial problems were down there, and Tony did once in a while defend the doctor and say, hey, this guy's a part of the. There's this one scene like towards the end of the movie where he's supposed to be playing in this rich these hoity-toity club, for rich schnooks, in the South, and he won't let them in. They let the other two band members in there to eat dinner, and Tony as well. So all three of them were eating dinner, and they wouldn't let the piano player, the guy who they were paying to see perform that night, they wanted them to eat in the main dining room because he was black. So he said, okay, it's kind of like a Jackie Robinson moment here. So if I don't eat in here, I'm not playing tonight. I said, because I had enough of this crap, I'm not going to eat. If I'm not allowed to eat in here, I'm not playing here. So they said, oh, we'll let you eat in the closet, in the dressing room, which is like more like a little closet that they put him in. And said, we'll let you eat in there. I said, or in the kitchen. I said, forget it, I'm not going to, and packing up and leaving. So they leave. And it was the last day on the tour, and they left. So, and also the reason I should mention, the reason why the movie's called Green Book is because there was a book that was printed up at that time, and the last name of the author his last name was Green, so they call it the Green Book, where it shows you all the places where a black person could stay. A black musician or a black performer can stay down in the South because they can't stay in the fancy, and even though they make thousands if not millions of dollars, but you have to realize in 1962 dollars, for the record companies to go on these tours like Little Richard or Chuck Berry or Nat King Cole, no matter how much money they make or how popular the records were at the time, they have to stay in the black section of town or these black hotels, motels, whatever. So this guy who makes this book and tells people where a black person can stay, and they're traveling through the South. So Tony has to go through this Green Book and try and find where the black motels are, so they could put this guy up in there. So that's why it's called Green Book. And like I said earlier, I mean, it's not a bad movie, and because it's almost the same exact movie as Driving Miss Daisy, but instead of an elderly woman who can't drive anymore, you have a middle-aged, maybe in the 30s or maybe early 40s, black man who is the one being driven, and the white guy is doing the driving. And instead of being, like I said, an elderly black man, it's like a middle-aged, maybe in the 30s or maybe early 40s black man who was a musician, being driven by a white Italian guy. So it's like they reversed the role. Even though, like I said earlier, it's based on a true story, they kind of like reversed the roles from Driving Miss Daisy to this movie. So it's like two stories about exactly the same story. Both these movies have won the Oscar for Best Picture, which I think is kind of ridiculous. You're going to have another 30 years, you're going to have something else, or rehash the story, or this premise, I should say. And that's what they did. Now, like I say, I don't mind the movie. It's not bad. I kind of like this movie a little bit better than Driving Miss Daisy. Even though Driving Miss Daisy had the better cast, this movie was a little bit better because the acting was a little bit better. At least you feel more sorry for the Dr. Shirley character. I mean, you do feel sorry for him because he had to do with all the racism garbage that was going on in the South throughout this movie. But it's a little bit, it feels a little bit better. not much, but a little bit better than Driving Miss Daisy is. Because Jessica Tandy, who won the Oscar for her role, same thing as this guy who won the Oscar for his role as playing Dr. Shirley in this movie. She was a little more like a shill. She was so annoying, and Dr. Shirley was not as annoying. I felt like Dr. Tony, not Dr. Tony the Lip, or Tony Lip was a little more annoying. It was constantly cursing. It was kind of like a degenerative Italian guy, and it's such a stereotypical Italian caricature, and so he was a little bit more annoying to me. I mean, it's like everything's like reversed than Driving Miss Daisy is, but the movie was a little bit. I feel the movie's a little bit better than Driving Miss Daisy, but not much. So that's my review of the movie Green Book. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check all my reviews on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com, that's over WDY, and at C.com, that's the homepage of my reviewer, Christine Moore. You can check out all of his videos on his website as well. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.